Most people will never see this side of Norway. The hidden fjords, the untouched islands, and the secret villages that feel like stepping into a fairy tale. But today, we're changing that. We're taking a yacht through Norway's most breathtaking hidden gems places so remote, most tourists don't even know they exist. Norway is famous for its dramatic landscapes, towering fjords, and stunning coastline. But beyond the well-known spots like Bergen and the Lofoten Islands, there's an entirely different world, one that can only be explored by boat. We're setting sail to uncover Norway's best-kept secrets, from hidden coves and untouched beaches to quiet fishing villages frozen in time. Get ready for an adventure most travelers will never experience. The problem with traveling to Norway? Everyone goes to the same places. Tourists flock to Geirangerfjord, pack into Troms for the northern lights, and hike the same trails in the Lofoten Islands. It's all stunning, but it's also crowded. The real Norway? It's out there, away from the tour buses, waiting for those willing to venture off the beaten path. And that's exactly what we're doing. We've plotted a course through some of Norway's most untouched locations, places only accessible by yacht. The challenge? Some of these places aren't even marked on the map. We're relying on local knowledge, old sailor's charts, and a sense of adventure to find them. First stop, the hidden fjords. Most visitors only see Norway's famous fjords, but there are countless unnamed inlets with waterfalls cascading straight into the sea. We navigate through a narrow passage, the cliffs towering on either side, until we reach a place so still, the only sound is the water lapping against the yacht. One of the most breathtaking finds? Fjordvatnet. This fjord is almost completely hidden, with no roads leading to it. The only way in? By boat. Locals say that during winter, the entire fjord turns into an ice-covered wonderland, while in summer, it's home to some of the clearest waters in Norway. We drop anchor, hop into a kayak, and glide across the glassy water, surrounded by cliffs and untouched wilderness. No tourists, no noise, just pure unfiltered nature. Second stop, the village of Nusfjord. Most travelers never reach Nusfjord because it's tucked away on an isolated part of the Lofoten Islands. It's one of Norway's oldest and best preserved fishing villages, with bright red cabins perched on stilts over the water. We step onto the dock and it feels like stepping back in time. Wooden boats bob in the harbor and the air smells like fresh fish and salt water. Locals tell us that this village has been around since the Viking era, and the way of life hasn't changed much. Fishermen still head out at sunrise, and the town's bakery still makes bread using 100-year-old recipes. After a warm cup of Norwegian coffee and a chat with the locals, we hop back on board, ready for the next discovery. Third stop, the secluded beaches of Senja. Senja is often called Norway's best-kept secret, and for good reason. Unlike the tourist-packed beaches of southern Europe, the beaches here feel untouched, with golden sand and crystal-clear Arctic waters. One in particular, Ørsfjord Beach, is completely off the radar. Most people wouldn't think of Norway as a beach destination, but standing here, surrounded by jagged cliffs and emerald water, it feels like something out of a dream. We jump in for a swim. Yes, the water is freezing, but it's worth it. The cold is invigorating, and for a moment, it feels like we have the entire Arctic Ocean to ourselves. Fourth stop, the forgotten fjord, Trollfjord. Trollfjord is one of Norway's most dramatic and narrow fjords, barely wide enough for a yacht to slip through. The towering cliffs on either side feel like they're closing in, and the only way to access this fjord is by boat. As we sail deeper in, the water turns a deep shade of blue, and suddenly a bald eagle soars overhead. This place is pure magic. With no roads, no towns, and no noise, it's the perfect escape from the modern world. Locals say that Viking ships once sailed through this fjord, hiding from enemies. Today, it's just us and nature, surrounded by waterfalls and the occasional glimpse of seals playing in the water. Final stop, the Arctic wilderness of Svalbard. This might be the most remote place we've ever been. Svalbard is an archipelago in the high Arctic, where polar bears outnumber people and glaciers stretch as far as the eye can see. Most travelers never make it this far north, but we're going all the way. As we sail through the icy waters, we spot something in the distance: polar bears hunting on the ice. It's a reminder that we're truly at the edge of the world. The sun never sets here in the summer, and at night, the sky erupts with the northern lights. There's no better way to end this journey than watching the aurora dance above the Arctic Ocean. Sitting on the yacht, surrounded by nothing but ice, water, and sky, it hits me Norway is unlike anywhere else. It's not just the landscapes, it's the feeling of absolute freedom, of being somewhere untouched by time. Most tourists will never see this side of Norway, but for those willing to step off the beaten path, to explore by boat, to seek out the unknown, this country rewards you with experiences you'll never forget. From hidden fjords and forgotten villages to Arctic landscapes and untouched beaches, Norway is full of secrets waiting to be discovered. The best part? You don't need to follow the crowds to experience its beauty. Sometimes all it takes is a yacht, a map, and a sense of adventure. If you love exploring places most people will never see, hit subscribe and let's uncover more hidden gems together.